So tell us a bit about the Adams piece, please.
So the Adams piece is called Nixon in China. It's about the visit of Nixon and his wife in China. After 25 years of absolutely no contact between the US and China. And Nixon was a very openly anti-communist, or should I go faster? Sorry, okay.
Just a quick sentence to sum it up.
Okay, sorry. So in this aria, Pat Nixon, the wife of Nixon, is visiting the summer palace. So it's like lakes, mountains, and Chinese culture in one landscape. And she's looking at this and hoping for a peaceful future, while this is during the Vietnam War. So, yeah. Would you mind if I do a little experiment with everyone?
What is it?
Wait, so the tempo. Like in this area, there is like a huge energy, and also we need the extreme calmness. And I would just like to ask that we do like 20 seconds of complete silence before she starts.
Sure, 20 seconds. Good for me.
Prophetic. I foresee a time will come when luxury dissolves into the atmosphere like a perfume, like a perfume. The simple virtues, root and branch, and leaf and flower, and on that bench there we'll relax and taste the fruit of all our actions. I regret life, which is so much like a dream. I regret life, which is so much like a dream. Let the eternal plan resume in the bedroom communities. Let us be taken by surprise. Yes, let the band play on and on. Let the stand-up comedian finish his act. Let Gypsy Rose kick off the high-hit body shoes. Let interested businessmen speculate further. Let routine dull the edge of modernity. on the light over the porch. Let passers by look in at the large family around the table. Let them pass. The sirens wail as bride and groom. The sirens wail as bride and groom kiss the veil. Bless this union with all its might. Bless this union with all its might. Bless this union, let it remain inviolate. Let it remain inviolate.
Great. Good, good. Yeah, I really like this aria. I never sang it. I always wanted to sing it. Maybe I'll still sing it. Because I can imagine it would be a great piece to start, with the orchestra playing and start a concert. This is prophetic. And I think you did a really good job. There's a few things.
Yeah.
The A naturals. A naturals for you, and I'm getting there.
Yeah.
And what is the upper note? Is the B flat or something?
Yeah.
So the difference for you between A natural and B flat feels to me like there's a bit of a. It's like it's the same with Salto che lacrime. The B flats are fantastic. I would like your A naturals and G sharps to have the same kind of shimmer as the B flats have.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What do you think it is?
It's in the B flat I will look for much more sharpness of the vowel.
Yeah.
And down I will look for more roundness, but probably I should still have this sharpness.
Yeah, well, and when you said the B flat and you made this gesture,
Yeah.
that's how I would say you need to approach the A's, because that's also what I was on about in the Salto che lacrime.
Yeah.
You're going this way with the voice towards the A's.
Okay.
And that's why it has this feeling of being slightly under.
Yeah.
And if you went this way to the A's, they would have the shimmer that I wasn't 100% hearing.
Yeah.
You don't need to make it warmer or to
Yeah,
make
that's
it.
always my problem.
Yeah, you don't need to make anything
Bigger.
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I would like in the lower register of this piece is bright and forward.
Okay.
When we go low in the voice, we can potentially mix a little bit of chest sound in. You could mix 10% more chest.
Okay.
Into the lower register. Yeah. and allow it to be bright and forward. So we think it's bigger sometimes when we go back in the throat. I'm speaking very technically, but I just want them to get the most out of it. So we think it's bigger when we go back, but it's only bigger in our head.
Yeah.
It's not bigger out there.
Yeah.
When you go bright and forward, you excite the overtone and the harmonic in the room, right? So it'll feel smaller and it'll come out more zingy, okay? Yes, a couple more things. The schwa vowel. So the schwa is if I said loud. So I put a schwa vowel after the d of loud. So I'm actually adding sound to it. You can do that at the end of every word that ends a phrase.
Okay.
So you're going to actually add a little bit of more sound. It's like an Italian speaks English, right? You're going to add that.
Even when it's not a sound, for example, prophetic, I can do it?
Prophetic. No, only when it's a voiced consonant.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's a voiced consonant, so when it's a pitched consonant, you can add a little bit of schwa at the end of it. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Because it elongates the line, and it's actually for the breath, because the other thing about this is, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm not. In the piece, your breath tended to get a little bit higher and higher and higher, and it was harder to release as the piece goes on. So you get a little bit tight in the torso, in the diaphragm, and I think a little bit of tightness even here. Yeah. Which is, of course, going to just, and I know, like, these things compound, right? So release, release. Yeah. As if there's an exclamation point at the end of every phrase. Yeah. Down, release, release. And, you know, in the part, like, trigger words like unlock, release, drop. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So let's start it again. Well, no, let's go from the beginning without a 20 seconds and without a big long intro. But I liked the 20 seconds. I was like, what is she doing with us? But it was good. Okay, so.
This is prophetic.
Pro. Again, the note before the upper note.
Okay.
He's pro. I need bright and forward and allow yourself to really appuyer, right? Really lean on that lower note.
Yeah, directly. Yeah.
Okay.
This is prophetic.
Let's get it right. Yeah. Let's get it right. And this, this is prophetic. Okay. Is prophetic. Yeah. Yeah. You really need to sing through that.
This is prophetic. I foresee a time will come.
Yeah. Come.
Okay.
You think it sounds weird, but I tell you, in a hall with an orchestra, it's only going to make it possible for us to understand the word. Yeah. Okay? No R. And it happens often when Europeans sing in American. Okay. That the R's become more than we would do. Okay. Perfume, perfume. Okay. Also, the word before luxury dissolves into the atmosphere. Yeah. Atmosphere. Okay? So let us go, please.
Can you do it for me once? Atmosphere. How do you do it at the end of a word?
Atmosphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a fantastic book by Catherine LaBeouf, Labouff, called Singing in English. She's the English diction teacher, okay? Yeah. And she turns English into the equivalent of singing in Italian. Okay. It's fantastic. And she's working at the Met, and she was the coach for the Hours and all the new stuff that's going on there. She teaches in New York. So I'd like to hear the end, because I want to hear a little bit of the chest voice. So let's go from bless this union with all its might. Handy trick for singers. When you have a word like that starts with an M or an N, and you want it to pop, put a B after. So you're going to sing MB, mbite, mbite. Okay? Or if you had the word no, you would think of it as NDO, no. It makes it pop. No, or not.
Bless this union with all its might. Bless this union, let it remain in violet.
Kea, can you bring that forward? In violet. Like, there's something about violet.
Let it remain in violet.
Better.
Let it remain in violet.
Yes, and here, this you can chest.
Yeah.
Brava.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Good. I think this is all yours. And your invoice.